Hello, my name is Shuttle here. Welcome back for another episode of Anbennar in EU4. As Zurkanrek, in previous episode we conquered a massive chunk of land over here. And we're currently sort of coring all of that, and we're also building a lot of, well, some buildings, not really all that many. We're going to have to build a lot of forts down here though. At least one over there, another one over here. Actually, Harpy's Gate. And then, well, we've got 4 over there, so we want to probably upgrade this one. Among other things. So yeah, we've got a lot of stuff to do, but we've also got the army over here, which we could probably split down to several armies. And one over there. One up to the north. I'm hoping that the army sizes aren't too large. I suspect that we can probably live with that. Even if it's like slightly above, we'll still need to figure out another location to place the troops in. Because over here we might have to throw this army over there. That's a good supply limit at least. Although, how does it have such a massive supply limit? Maybe from technology. Producing livestock, so that helps. Is there some other modifiers? The Golden Highway that gives 4. I suppose the base is 30, plus 4 from the building there. So that's 34. There's a supply limit efficiency over here is massive though. I don't know if that's increased by something else. I don't know. But regardless, whichever way it is, that is a good supply province for some reason. Oh yeah, the base must be... Oh, right, so that's... Oh, it is desert. No, so there must be some sort of other modifier for the terrain in here. Right, that's plus 4, so it's... The Golden Highway gives 4. But something's definitely giving it a lot of boost. Right, but anyway, we've got a decision to do here. So merchant guilds are already fairly loyal, so we can probably increase the clergy's loyalty a little bit. In the meanwhile, so we'll do that. How's the in... Oh, right, we did have to give a lot of territory away there, didn't we? And since nobility is not very loyal, did that... That doesn't... Oh, that does actually give artificers loyalty and influence as well. Okay, so we might keep that in for the time being. Artificers are probably the strongest right now. Oddly enough. I suppose they got a little bit from the events themselves, maybe. There we go, we've got a bit of money. Let's go ahead and build some more of those... trade company buildings. So we've been building up the goods produced thingy over here. Let's build another one over there. And I suppose after that we should probably just save the points to get ourselves some of the castle upgrades. And these ones we may need to push down south. Start using that as the location to do the rebel suppression in the north here. Because otherwise it's going to be a little bit tight on the supply limits. That one's already going in, that one can be combined in. Although that one's also not the best location. Is there any other better... Okay, that's a slightly better location to do drilling in, I suppose. So 40,000 men might be a bit of an overkill. Admittedly, as I've said before, we can always just, you know, split an army in 2 with a 40,000 man army and still gonna be a nice, or capable of fighting army. Not necessarily the best army, mind you, but still better than nothing. You want to go through my lands to fight someone else? I suppose that's fine. Right, so if I wanted to do a fight against the dwarves here, we do have a claim there. They don't have a massive army, but I do reckon they have got pretty darn good quality of their troops. If I remember correctly, but they got workshop and weapons manufacturing over here. They got no buildings here, but that does produce Damestar. Or Damesteer, sorry. Okay, that's pretty good. But you can start drilling there. How is our professionalism right now anyway? It is... Oh, it's almost 60%. So we can regain manpower and disbanding in the future. And also, we should be... Was it this year that we can start annexing our vassal here again? Probably. Yes, it is. In a few months. And Marikiv, on the other hand, are you... I could ally you. Vassalization... Oh, right. If we were to get some favors with you, we can increase the trust. Suppose we could ally you already. Gonna cost us a little bit because we're gonna go over the limit there, but that's fine. And then I don't suppose we got any trust yet, so we can start carrying some favors. Or rather, we don't have any favors yet, so we can start carrying that. That should give us a decent bit of favors over time. It's about 1 favor per month. Oh. Oh dear, Alberto died in a drilling accident. Whoops. Oh. Right, there we go. Now that we hired a replacement. 4321. That's nice and symmetrical. Well, not necessarily symmetrical, but you know what I mean. I don't need to replenish that one, I don't think. or renew the influence, because we're going to be annexing you soon enough anyway. But Marrakech, are you something that I could vassalize? I mean, well, I suppose we need to get more trust to actually get there, but we can vassalize them, and then that's going to give us a lot of or closer border with some of these other nations in here, which might then be willing to take a vassalization. What about you? How far are you? Oh, right, they got core provinces that we own. Right, or we've got core provinces that they want to have. I don't know how to describe it, but anyway, core provinces causing some issues there, so I don't think we can vassalize them. Right, is the coring? No, it's not done yet. Okay, so let's just continue with the extra trade company buildings. Focus with the goods produced modifiers right now, I suppose. Oh, we've got base production again. Oh, wait, that was the province over here. Is that now 10? No, it's 8. Okay. Well, it's getting closer and closer to 10 at least. I'm building a bit of a spy network in Dangun, which, how strong are they? Well, they're currently... Oh. Oh. Right. We've got a bit of a larger border with the elves over here. I mean, I suppose, technically speaking, we do still have a claim over here, so if we want to take the rest of the centaurs, we could. They don't have a lot of troops, I reckon. Oh, yeah, they have basically no troops whatsoever. Alright then, I guess we'll do a quick war there. I'm just going to split this army in half. I'm going to send you down to siege that, and you can start helping with the sieges around here on the edges. We can send in the... Well, I suppose actually we could send in... Oh, right, that's not full yet, but we can send this one over here to start blockading the ports. And then over here we could potentially start building another army, although not yet. But somewhere down the line we can. Well, let's just get the troops moving again, shall we? Oh, right. Mercenary company available again. We haven't used any mercenaries during this playthrough, because we really don't need them. Maybe if we're fighting against the Sun Elves, then we might need it. But right now, oh, bollocks, we should have started annexing the vessel first before we started this war, but oh well. It's going to be done soon enough, so I'm not too worried about it. Oh, and we can use the naval barrage to speed up the siege even further. Wisdom wants to go through my lands against Grombar, okay. I don't think I know Wisdom yet. Right, so this one could, in the meanwhile, start advancing towards the enemy capital. Let's move the fleet there. Blockade all of this, we can sink down the remaining ships that they have. And then I suppose we could also start figuring out the peace deal that we're going to have in here. We're at least going to take that state in its entirety. Maybe take that state as well, and this one. I don't know about the northern areas yet. I wouldn't mind necessarily leaving a little... Well, I suppose that is going to be border, but there is a fort in there at least, so leaving a little bit of a sort of buffer between us and the Grombar there for the most part might not be the worst idea. This would be a coalition of potentially 3 nations, but again, it's not really that bad. We could maybe take that and all the way here. Okay, so we could clear out that. That would relieve a small sliver of centaurs over here, and then we've got a lot of coastline here to build in. That would be taking a lot of points, though, to get that peace deal, but that's alright. We'll be able to get this done. Oh, well, that's a fancy hat. Right, let's just use the navy over here to speed up the siege again. That's kind of the benefit of sieging along the coast here for us. It's going to be really easy. Oh, we'll get another ability. Hard treatment cost is not something that we necessarily need all that much, although we could probably use it, but honestly, I want to say the autonomy change cooldown. Not that we necessarily need it all that much, but we could start using it a bit more. There we go, so that's... Oh, our vassal is sieging down the fort already in there. There we go, and that's the capital siege down. I guess I'm just going to give you orders to start sieging down the rest of these states there. And then we can just keep on going. There we go, that's another conversion done. And let's go ahead and get another conversion away then. Still converting a lot of the centers. Let's actually have a look at this religious map mode. So we've converted a lot of stuff in here. There's still plenty of stuff in the plains here that we need to convert. All of this stuff is converted to the right religion. And then over here there's the Jud and the Hunt. I have philosophy over there as well, okay. So we still don't know who lives here. Bit of a shame, but oh well. Oh, did we get the cores in here? Not yet, but we are getting closer. We're going to save up the coin for now. And once we're ready, we can then start utilizing that again. Or start building up the forts in the south, which we definitely need to build up to guarantee that no one can take out the stuff that we currently control there. Or own there. Oh. Oh, Grompa is having a bit of problems there, so Grompa might actually not be that bad of an enemy after... Oh yeah, they've got no armies whatsoever. Okay, change of plans. We don't necessarily need to go for the capital there. We can take this area. So leave them in the north. And then, well actually we could probably take a little bit more land in here. Take that border. So then in the next war we can just annex them. This would be quite a bit of an overextension though, but... Well, actually not so much overextension. But, yeah. It could be a bit of a problem. In the grand scheme of things. So we did get the ships in here. Oh, and merchant guilds. Or nobility. I suppose nobility we need to keep somewhat happy at least. We've got some heavy ships there, so that's 14 ships total. We're just waiting for one more to be built right there. That once that is completed, then that is going to be pretty good stuff there. We could get the we're going to get the admin tech now. Although we might want to wait a little bit longer with that. I mean, the peace is probably going to happen fairly well, actually. Not necessarily quite that soon yet. Oh, they got some troops in here. Not too bad for them, I guess. Oh, and they got some troops to the north as well. Let's just send in... Oh, we got another heavy ship from them. Ah, okay. Well, we can probably just upgrade these ships here. That ship, at least. And our vessel is dealing a lot of damage on the enemy. That's good. So just double-checking. On the vassalization, Marrakech is not that far off. We could probably start increasing our trust with them. And that way, we can maybe vassalize them. Admittedly, they're currently at war. So it is not going to be quite as easy. And of course, we'll also need to improve our relations with them. There we go, that is all seated down in the south as well as the north. So now let's just go ahead and take the peace deal. It's going to cost us about 160 diplomacy points though. So that's quite a bit. Then I suppose we can group up the army in here. And have it use that as the location to do the stuff. So we've got 60% overextension right now. It's already getting a bit high. It's not too high yet, but that is a little bit on the higher end of things. But then we can start... Oh, actually, is this one... That is still Halles. It's the same continent as we are in. But if we get across over here, that's a Serpent Spine. So we could get another trade company over there if need be. But that would be a lot of Grombar lands that we'd have to fight for first. And how large is our army in total? 160,000 men. So against the Sun Elves, we probably wouldn't be able to... Yeah, they got twice as many as what we do. Of course, we got good quality troops. So, like, there is still a chance that we could win. Ah, there we go. We're starting to get some of these court here. So those three are now court. Of course, we need a lot more. I suppose one thing that we could do in the meanwhile is get the goods produced modifier up here as well. So that's all of them now. That's good. We're not going to build anything else there yet because we are about to get all of these cores done. And we've got a lot of castles to build and upgrade in here. That one is doing some rebel suppression already. We've got these two armies now that can start doing rebel suppression as well. For some reason, there seems to be a decent bit of potential for some rebellions in here. I don't know why. Definitely not something to do with the fact that we just conquered quite a large chunk of land. And of course, there's a little bit of potential for rebellion down here in the south. Oh, come on. Rebellion down here in the south, so we can start doing rebel suppression there. So admittedly right now we don't have any armies doing drilling, but once we get another army over here in the sort of home territories, then we'll get that done. The Kashle is still the leader of the Federation. Let's actually have a look at our standing. We've got very high standing. And we could... a scholarly corporation. Gonna cost us a lot of diplo points. But that will give us a bit more... standing. Is the granary is tiny amount, but so this is actually going to be slightly larger. How much do we still have points overall? 8 points. Okay, so we haven't been able to gain those points in a long while. I don't think anyone's been able to gain those points in a long while due to the crisis. So it's a good thing that we had a good sort of stockpile of them. Well, I wasn't really preparing for this, let's be honest, but we're still using... Oh, hello. Goblins from Sel... sure, we'll let the goblins in. So this is someone we know now. Oh, they've got gold. Hello. Right then, spy network, please. That would be quite nice. I mean... Oh, there we go, that's the course done. Most of them, anyway. So, fortifications. One over there, one over there. one over there, and that can be upgraded. I suppose the rest of this doesn't need to be fortified. I mean, maybe that one could be fortified. That's a desert, though. That would be mountain. I wouldn't mind fortifying Heroes Vale, to be fair. If I could take that. Oh, and we've actually figured out who lives over here now. Sorry, and is that... I don't know if this is the same nation. It might be. You got a truce with the dwarves over here, so it probably is. I still got one too many Diplo relations, but that reminds me. We should have started the annexation process already. Well, we can start it now, except we don't have a diplomat free for that. Right, let's just cancel that one in the meanwhile then. And I suppose until we got a diplomat, we can't increase our trust over here, can we? Not really. I mean, we've got 55 trust, so that's +1 for the vassalization. Oh yeah, if we can just increase our trust one more time, then we're going to vassalize Marrakech. Well, if we had the relations with them. Okay, so that's the problem. Right, well in that case we might want to wait a little bit longer, although I suppose we can cancel that diplomat already. So we can start doing the annexation over here. That's going to cost us quite a bit of Diplo points, admittedly. And once we got that one annexed, that's going to give us another 2 provinces, and then Marrakech is going to be another 2. So again, it's not a lot of provinces per vassal, but we're going to at least vassalize a lot of nations in here. Right, so over here we do of course need to wait for the stuff to be... Actually, we're going to influence them. It's a decent bit of money, actually. And then, I suppose, send a gift or protection or something would help. Orcs refugees. Sure, we can get orcs as well. We're welcoming everyone. Not necessarily the best thing to do, but we're going to do it anyway. We've got larger planes to inhabit. Right, so Proclaim guarantee would be 10 points. I guess if we send a gift... Oh, it's going to be way too expensive. Right then, well in that case, we are going to guarantee. And then we just need to improve relations with them for a month or 2. Then we can get this done, or vassalized, and then eventually annex as well. Not spy network, improve relations. So like a month or 2, and that will be enough. Already 90, so I'm just going to wait 1 extra month. So once it starts going down, it's not going to be immediate. I mean, I suppose it's yearly based, so we could have already started it. But let's recall that one. And then we're going to vassalize. Oh wait, no, we're not allied with... No, we are allied. Oh, well, they're at war. Right, well, never mind. Suppose we're going to improve relations a bit further then. Oh, and they want our southern neighbor that we just conquered quite a bit of land from wants to walk through my lands. For some reason, they were in a war or something, so I guess they kind of do need to walk past. That's alright, though. Right, so we've got good relations. But there's still a war. We just need to wait for that war to end, quite frankly. Oh, and there we go, we've got the ships here. So that is the 15 heavy ships. We could probably move it down here closer. Actually, we'll move it to our capital. Then we're going to start expanding that even further. But we've got the heavy ship fleet already that we needed. I suppose we've got a lot of coins over here that we could start utilizing with the trade company investments. So that would be a lot of tax modifier. Let's go ahead and build these. And then I suppose we could also get the manpower modifier from some of these places. Probably wouldn't hurt. But there we go. I'm guessing we've got a pretty good manpower pool all overall, 129,000. And more goblins. Right, so all of this is underway now. Being cored as well. And, oh, another conversion can be started. Good. Something we'll do. I mean, actually, now that we think about potential next idea groups, I do wonder if religious ideas would be a good one, because that would allow us to convert a lot more. Cultural conversion cost would be also reduced. What are the ideas or the policies that would get? There's the siegability and morale of armies. There's naval leader shock and morale hit when losing a ship. And missionary strength and goods produced modifier. Okay, so all of those 3 are kind of usable. The top one over there, the naval leader shock, is not necessarily that important for us. Alternatively, we could go for something like diplomatic ideas, which actually that... Yeah, we need that one. To get the Diplo reputation up a little bit. And then also, you know, get more diplomats and all that. Improve relations faster, have more Diplo relations in general. So that, yeah, that is something that we need. So that is going to be our next... Oh! Right, Maraki would be willing to become a vassal. There's the Runebringer, and Shikivad is actually something that we could... If we vassalize them, we can start feeding land to them in here. What is their... Okay, so they are... But they're not very strong. They do have a pretty good fort over there, though. That could be... I mean, that's definitely a possibility. We don't initially... Actually, is that... I don't know if that would be the same trade company area. We've got the charter over there. That would be a different charter, actually. If we do want to have more merchants, we might want to just take that for ourselves. Oh, and that's a different... Oh, that's Gulf charter over there. There's a charter over there. Serpent Gift charter, but that's not something that we can build necessarily because we already got our stuff in. Oh, it's the same continent, rather. Okay, we can recall the diplomat there. Are you still at war? You are. Well, that's too bad. Not much I can do about it. That's a few more cores done. I believe it's starting to get the cores down this way, right? It would at least make sense. I suppose another thing that we should do is get another fort over here to sort of protect against the Sun Elves. Built that one. We could get another tech. That would be... Oh, that would be the Diplo and Admin. Actually, at this stage, that's probably fine. Be ahead of time again. Unlock the furnace. Not that we necessarily have a lot of places to build them in. Any good manufacturers that we could build? Ooh, that's a pretty good one. Okay, so there is a decent bit of manufacturers down south that we could build. We haven't really done that yet. But, you know, if we start... Oh, treasure fleet departs. Okay, so we are going to try to sneak past them again, just for the heck of it. There's a chance that we'll make it through. We'd also build some workshops. Is there any... Oh, that's pretty good. It's close to our capital as well. So it should be fairly safe territory in there for sure. Election. How good was the current one? Kind-hearted. That's not bad, actually. So we're going to hold on to you. Get another one in there. Oh, because we got extra Diplo relations right now. Okay. I guess we're going to try to improve relation, or improve the situation. So we're going to have to pay quite a bit of money. We need to take a loan. 2 loans, in fact, for that. But we should be able to pay those back soon enough, so I'm not too worried about it. I do wonder, though, is there any points over here that we could send our merchants in? I mean, that is a sort of a dead-end node, as it were. Or it's a starter node, not an end node. Over here we could have, but it's not really going to benefit us. Over here we're trying to move it through that way, but that's, again, not necessarily helping us too much. We could start gathering over here, I suppose. It would be, perhaps, not quite as beneficial as one might hope. If we start collecting there, we could then start diverting some of this trade over there. We've already got 51% of the trade in there, so we do get, indeed, the extra trader. And right now, I mean, that would be going south. I mean, we could probably transfer the trade power from there. I don't know if it's going to give us a lot of money. It's going to also take a bit of time for the merchants to arrive there. Let's have a look. Will that help? 472. Okay, so I think it did help. All of that is now going in here instead of going into the Serpent's Gift. I also have an unassigned merchant. Is there any more places that we could assign it in such a way that it would actually benefit us? So over here we're gathering. All of that is going in here. That one is going into 2 places which we're not really utilizing either one of them. We don't have a lot of trade power in there. This one is getting stuff from... Oh, so there's a trade node in there. Okay. I don't know where that goes. And then that one's not really... Okay, so we're probably going to hold on to that one merchant for the time being, but at least that's a bit of an increase in the income. Getting 200 ducats per month. Okay, we could actually pay off one of the loans already. And one more, and then that's going to be done with the loans. Oh, there we go. I think we can now finally vassalize you. Yes. Offer vassalization. Great. That's good. That's going to take a while before... Oh, Grombar is no longer valid. Right. Oh, wow. I suppose we did get another vassal. And we are number 4 in the Great Powers list, where Grombar is not even on the Great Powers list anymore. Partially probably because they haven't gotten some of the institutions embraced, I reckon. In which case, if we do want to start conquering their lands, that would be potentially... I wouldn't say easy, but doable. Let's also go ahead and increase the... Oh, right. We need to upgrade some ships here, don't we? Yeah, 20 galleys. And I suppose we could get a couple of galleons as well, so we can get this to 15. We'll probably get this to 20. We can maybe separate the galleys from here at some point to a separate fleet. And then it's going to be the transports and the heavy ships there. Oh, 2 few rivals. Alright, so Grombart, we can actually rival you again. And then Dungan maybe would be another one. Rival. I mean, we could start conquering a lot of this land from them eventually. As well as that area. I mean, if they do conquer the rest of this, that'd be actually fine by me. Then we can reconquer that area. That would also be another nation that would be away from the Federation. We got the very high standing at least. We haven't been elected as the leader. I think if we are the leader, we might still be able to... Actually, I don't know if we can declare war during the crisis, even if we are the leader, because we got the war thing already, but we can't do that during the crisis anyway. So yeah, that's actually something to worry about. At a later date, though, we don't need to concern ourselves with that right now. Oh, right, that's a few cores there. Military reform. Only reform the army, or only reform the navy, or reform army and the navy. We don't actually need the... I mean, army professionalism would be quite nice. Oh, Miltech costs minus 10%. I'm going to take the army and the navy. Because we are going to have a lot of mill points right now, and that's a lot of coring done. Good. How's the... Right, so I wanted to start increasing the administration capacity in here. Right, so now we could have 1,500 total. So we can definitely start getting some more states down here. Not going to be doing any of the states over here, because this is the trade company region anyway. And these are partial states. I mean, this one is a full state, so I suppose we can call that one. Similarly, this one is a full state, so we can call that one. Right, oh, that is a full one, actually, so we'll call that one. Although it's not fully... Oh, right, we don't have the points to do the rest of that. Okay, never mind. We do have a lot of mill points, sorry. So let's go ahead and do a bit of developing then. There goes quite a bit of points, but it also should increase our force limit quite nicely. So, in theory... Oh, yeah, there we go. We could start getting another one of these armies in here. Start gathering out the 5th army again, which can do a lot of drilling down there in the back row. So we need a lot more admin points over here. How much do we need money to pay off the loan? So it's still 1,000 ducats. Well, I mean, admittedly, that's going to be now about 2 months away. Although if we need to hire another advisor in here, that's... We don't need the stability cost modifier necessarily. I'm sure that we'll get some events to get that. All power costs, that's quite useful. So I suppose we'll take that one. Promote the advisor to level 3 at least. We don't have the money to promote to level 4 yet. We'll also start acquiring a bit more of the stuff over here, so that's still going to give us a bit more, I suppose, economic base, but also just income in general. And actually, let's have a look at the... So, offer vassalization. So these ones, if we were to ally them, they would become a vassal, quite likely. And then there's a few others that are, well, they're still relatively far off. Although that one, if we didn't own any of their core provinces, they might be willing to become a vassal. Oh, they probably own stuff over here. Do they still own that stuff, though? Got core over here for another... Oh, another 60 years. Okay, so I don't think we'll be able to vassalize this one. And apparently a vassal is... No, it's not part of the one. Never mind. It's just got a lot of troops moving through there. But I do realize that we are actually out of time for this episode. So if you enjoyed this, please like, comment, if you haven't already, also check out the links down below in the description. But other than that, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, bye-bye.